What is poppin', fly girl and fly guys? This is your girl TR Breon, and don't you forget it, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, go ahead and subscribe, become part of the Vibe High family, because we vibe high and that's on period. Okay, today I'll be talking to you all about my spirituality journey, my thoughts on spirituality, and essentially just how it all started for me and how it all happened. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. First things first, we're just going to talk about what spirituality means. And this could be different for everybody. I definitely feel like spirituality looks different for every person, but essentially we all have an underlying understanding that we believe in a higher power. Okay, you believe in some sort of universal power, that there is, you believe in that. Okay, let's just leave it at that. And it can get more deep when you get into certain practices, because there are those who believe in deities, who believe in gods and goddesses. That's a whole nother realm that can be saved for another video. But yes, so that's what spirituality is. Understanding that there is a higher power, and it looks different for everybody. Okay, so your spiritual journey is not going to be the same as someone else's, and I just don't think that's even fair, because we all have our own paths that we're walking on, and we're all walking into our own divine purposes. Okay, my journey began the summer of 2015. During this time, this was right before my junior year was gonna start, and I just transferred to a different college during this time. So I had already transferred a year prior to that, but still, I was still pretty much alone. I spent that whole entire summer by myself, and I read a lot of books, and the first book that really spoke to me was by Eckhart Tolle, and it's A New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose, I believe. Yeah, A New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose. And basically this book was all about how to transcend from our ego-based consciousness, how to transcend from the suffering mindset to always having conflict, and how to step into your divine purpose, and how, you know, our ego stops us from getting there. So this book really opened my eyes, and I was just like, oh shoot, wow, like this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? It felt good, and it felt like that's what it was like. I was supposed to read this book, if you get what I'm saying. I also feel like too, a lot of times on your spiritual journey, when you become awakened or woke, it feels good. It feels like you're supposed to be here right now in this moment. So right then and there, it definitely sparked something in me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I had a really good friend named Alicia. We was both on the African Student Association dance team, and she's a vegan. Okay, so she's like, well, we're hanging out, but she wanted to go stop and grab some food. If you are from Atlanta, or if you've been to Atlanta before, 7 on the Natural Foods Market is a very popular health food store that only sells vegan and vegetarian products. They sell books, they sell incense, they sell herbs, they sell fruits, vegetables. It's a whole lot of stuff. Like it's a really great place to go, and not only just to go, but the people in there are just amazing. So we went in there. She bought herself some food, and you know, I'm a foodie, so I was essentially open to trying the vegan food, and the vegan food was so good. But when I tell you guys, when I stepped inside of the store, this was 2015, I always remember this. I stepped inside of the store, and something just lit up. Like, yo, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be working here. I have to apply here now. Side note, this summer I was looking for a job, right? I was looking for a job, didn't really know where to work. But as soon as I stepped into this place, I knew I'm supposed to be working here. I walked straight up to the customer service desk. Right when I walked in, I walked to the customer service desk, and I spoke to Trap, and I was like, yo, I was just like, are you guys hiring? I'm like, are y'all hiring here? And surprisingly, not even surprisingly, because it was divine alignment, they were hiring. And I got the application, filled out the application. Next thing you know, I'm called in for an interview, and now I'm working at the customer service desk. Shout out to Sylvia, I love you, because she created the best schedule for me while working and being in school full time, both both work, both school full time. Okay. So while I was working here, I was introduced to so many resourceful people. And you know, Seven Onda is a community. Little Five Points in itself, it's like a hippie, it's a community, right? It's like a hippie kind of like spiritual type community. I was introduced to astrology, my birth chart, which is a pretty cool aspect to really understanding the different parts of you, because you're not just your sun sign. You got a sun, you got a moon, you got a Mercury, Mars, and all of these planets mean different aspects of who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? I was introduced to yoga, to breathing exercises, to different books, to crystals, to aromatherapy. I could literally continue to go on. But most importantly, what I learned here was the importance of eating healthy and the importance of treating your body like it's truly a temple, and just seeing how foods can really alter like your body's state. You know what I'm saying? I literally saw, I had a cross train when I first started working there. So not only did I train at the customer service desk, I trained as a grocery. I trained in produce. I trained in the wellness department. My first few days of working there, I had a customer come in to thank one of our employees in the wellness department because she became cancer free. So working here showed me that the food that we eat has medicine in it. The water that we drink, you know, should be of the most pure. You know what I'm saying? No disease can live in a high pH environment. You know, diseases only thrive in an acidic environment. So working here just really taught me the importance of healthy eating, but also talking to many different people, I learned I learned way much more. I started yoga here. I learned about breathing exercises here. I have a tattoo on my wrist that says just breathe, and essentially that started because of my yoga journey and learning, you know, feeling my body and, you know, to be in my body, which a concept that I could never get, but I finally understood exactly what that meant. So this is how my spiritual journey started for me, working at this health food store, reading the book and then coming in this health food store and ended up working here. So while working here, I ended up switching up my diet to a pescatarian diet. I felt for me during this time that this was the best thing for me. Being in college, still going out, hanging out with my friends. Mind you, I just didn't clean up my act that quick. I'm still going out, I'm still partying, I'm still turned up. But one thing that I did tell myself was, if I'm going off of like 0 amounts of sleep, the least that I could do is eat healthy for right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still ate vegan food. I still ate vegetarian food. But the fish, the seafood definitely gave me leeway throughout this time. I was introduced to a guy named Jordan. And I began my yoga journey. I want to say it was Dawn Yoga. I learned Tai Chi. I learned about different breathing exercises. I was starting to understand the beauty of detachment and affirmations and just learning about the body, mind, and soul. And during this time, you know, a few years into it, I want to say maybe like a year or two after, like 2018, 2019, there were a lot of questions that I had to ask myself, you know, that required me to really just be honest with myself. And there was many ideas that I had to unlearn in order for me to grow, you know, in order for me to walk in my highest light. There's just certain things that I just had to unlearn for me to get to where I am now. And I will say I take my spirituality and I just take me and my growth and my self-discovery as a person, I take that more seriously now than I did back then. I'm going to be honest with you. But the first step that introduced me into spirituality was eating healthy. That's how it happened for me. And, you know, with that being said, spirituality it's a ongoing journey. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just end somewhere. You are a student. You're constantly learning. And even the healers that teach us, they're still learning, right? they might have been in the game for a minute, and maybe they haven't been in the game for a minute. Maybe they're a year into the spirituality journey, but they took it. They're wanting this information, and it comes when it's supposed to happen. You know, you can't really rush this process. It just happens when it's supposed to. And if you're listening to what Spirit is telling you, then you'll definitely feel, you know, connected to Source. For me right now, spirituality has a heavy emphasis on the body, mind, and spirit, or the body, mind, and soul connection. I just feel like, you know, without all three feeling connected, I feel out of whack. And essentially, I believe that is just, to me, in my spiritual journey, that's what's important for me. And that's what allows me to feel good and just feel connected in every way. And this is how I feel the most powerful. So in ways in which I cater to all three, as far as my body, movement is so important to me. And I necessarily didn't learn that until I started doing the yoga classes, but also as a child, I danced a lot. So like stretching is important for me. Even dancing, helps me out a lot. Yoga, breathing, any way in which I can move my body, helps my body. Intuitive eating as well. So eating, you know, foods that are more rich in nutrients, eating more colorful foods that make you feel alive and make you feel good. And hello, like that helps my body feel good. Baths have been a thing currently right now that I've been doing a lot. And overall, like energetically, I feel good. My body feels great. Like all around, like my auric field just feels like, okay, I done washed away everybody that I done ran into. I done washed away all my worries, like whatever it is, and the intent that I have going into the bathtub, then, you know, that's what it is. As far as my mind, affirmations helped out a lot for me. Journaling is something that I'm taking more seriously now than I've ever taken before. Journaling just helps me process my emotions way better, and just it's a great way to just analyze where you are and with how you feel. Singing bowls have been doing something to me, y'all, lately that I just don't know. It just has me feeling good, like I'm just vibing extremely high. But singing bowls or listening to different hertz frequencies alleviates my mind. Like it helps me. Reading, watching different videos, listening to different podcasts, and silence, you know, silence helps out. Being in nature definitely helps out. If you are into like different segments and sermons, Abraham Hicks on YouTube is amazing. I listen to Abraham Hicks every morning, and essentially she talks a lot about just like manifestation and just being in alignment, being in the vortex. She talks a lot about feeling good and how you have to get into the vibration of feeling good and feeling as if you already wish where you want to be. If you catch my drift. So law of attraction, you can only attract what you want if you're already in that vibration, if you're already feeling good, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not feeling good, go to sleep. That's what Abraham would say. But Abraham Hicks is great. And then as far as just my soul, talking to God, like how I'm talking to y'all on here, talk to God, talk to Spirit the exact same way that you do. Listening to yourself, listening to that gut feeling, and recognizing, you know, is it my gut feeling telling me this, or is it my mind? Is it me just overthinking and, you know, allowing my past to affect this moment? You know what I'm saying? So creating that body awareness, paying attention, creating the body awareness. So paying attention to how certain situations make you feel, and simply just practicing gratitude every day. Every day I am so grateful, and I make sure that I express my gratitude, because I believe that's very, 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 very important to express your gratitude and to share your joy. I share my joy often, right? And it's always been like that. T, why you so happy? Why you this, that, and the third? Why not? Like I woke up another day, you know, to remember who I am and why I'm here. And then again, I do enjoy sage. I do enjoy some Palo Santo, incense, Crystals have been a cool thing for me too. Now, I'm not at a point where I could look at a crystal and tell you exactly what it is, but these are just, you know, certain tools that help me feel good, and just help my body, mind, and spirit, you know, feel aligned. And again, I say this, that spirituality does not look the same for everybody, and it shouldn't look the same for everybody. So don't feel bad if your journey doesn't look like the next person's journey, because it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be a unique and authentic experience for you and yourself. And you know, the journey might not be the same, but the goal is all the same, and that's to just remember why you're here and to walk in your divine light, to spread love and to spread that God consciousness, and to do this gracefully and to do it all with love, and to remember that you are love and that God is love, and just to be that unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that you're not human, not to say that you're not going to make any mistakes along the way. You know what I'm saying? We are spiritual beings living in a human experience, and just make sure that you're choosing the highest version of you every single day. You're choosing that, you know, and I'm so happy, and it feels so good to say that I am actually and finally taking myself seriously in every way. You know what I'm saying? Before, when I first started my spiritual journey, I'm walking into my 6th year on my spiritual journey, and I will tell you that the last 2 to 3 years is when I finally started to take everything seriously, and to really, you know, I'm talking the talk, to really walk that walk. And I'm just blessed, and I'm blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to be a leader. I'm blessed to have this responsibility to be a leader, and just to continue to walk in my most divine light. But I hope you guys appreciated this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you don't have questions and you just feel what I'm saying, go ahead, comment below, subscribe to the channel. I love y'all. You can follow me on Instagram at Tiara Breon. People message me on there all the time, and I'm always going to respond to you. It actually makes me so happy. It makes me happy when y'all reach out to me. Follow my food blog, okay? We are Vegan With It 2021. Mind you, I just started my vegan journey Thanksgiving, November of 2020. But I'm not new to the veganish, but I'm finally fully vegan. So go ahead and follow my food blog at She Gotta Eat on Instagram as well, exactly how it sounds. I'll put everything in the description box below. I love y'all. Sending y'all so much positivity, sending y'all so much light, and yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Love y'all, fly girl and fly guys. Peace.